Coming up on Look Today, we speak to the mayor of Saratoga Springs about a Freedom of Information request. And Saratoga County has submitted its budget for 2018. And the kids at Dorothy Nolan School in Saratoga have a surprise for the people in the Virgin Islands. It's all coming up on Look Today. Welcome everyone, I'm Jay Hood Jackson and this is Look Today. We're having some trouble with our teleprompter, so if I look down occasionally, it's because I need to do it the old-fashioned way and read a script. Tonight, I sit down with Mayor Joanne Yepsen of Saratoga Springs about a very interesting Freedom of Information request. You're going to want to hear that interview. And I also sit down with Chuck Lamb. Now, he's a jazz pianist and composer. We're joined by Rhea Curley. She's a songwriter and composer, and they're here to talk about a very exciting jazz series at Cafe Lena. And of course, we've got your weather for the Tri-North counties, but first, these headline stories. Well, in our lead story, we've got continuing coverage of a story that we started telling you about yesterday regarding the Mouzon House and the city of Saratoga Springs. Now, after the New York Supreme Court ordered the city to release emails, the city made a second appeal to the New York Appellate Court. Now, the emails pertain to correspondence between city commissioners and city center officials. Now, despite a lot of pressure that's being placed on the mayor, it's really not within her jurisdiction to release those emails. So I sit down with the mayor later on in tonight's program for a more in-depth discussion about this. In other news, well, Saratoga County has announced its tentative budget for 2018. And the budget is an estimated amount, it's close to $320 million. And the estimated tax rate, by the way, is 2.29%. It's a slight decrease from this year. Now, included in the budget is a proposed new public safety building. This will be a 47,000 square foot building and will be built near the county jail in Ballston Spa. We spoke to Spencer Helwig. He's administrator for Saratoga County.
Well, the tentative budget is essentially the starting point for the upcoming budget year. It contains all of the various funds and services that the county provides. Decisions are made with a budget committee that involve meeting with the various departments. The departments each individually will submit a request for funding in 2018.
Switching from news to weather, well, today saw some overcast skies. We had some rain, and it looks like it's going to continue for at least the next 3 or 4 days. So, for a full report on our weather, let's head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast.
Thank you, Jesse. I'm meteorologist Clarence Ponser with your first look weather update here on Look TV. As you look at the national map for tonight, we'll see high pressure, one over northern Mexico as well as one towards the southeast. Cold front making its way through portions of the Midwest and the Ohio Valley. That's going to eventually stall and relift northward as a warm front. We also have this cold front, the northern fringe of that, trying to make its way towards the New England states and portions of New York State, and that could mean some wet weather for us. Tonight we'll see a few scattered showers in portions of New England, generally 50s for overnight, lows 57 in Clifton Park, Greenwich as well, 56 rather in Fort Edward and Wright Hall. Glens Falls will see overnight low generally in the mid-50s, about 56 degrees, lower 50s in Pottersburg and Johnsburg. A few showers late, mostly cloudy. For your Friday, more showers expected, high of 61. Out the door, scattered showers expected under mostly cloudy skies. We'll keep the temperatures generally in the mid to upper 50s. In the extended forecast, we'll see a cold front making its way through the area. We'll see an overnight low of 35, then a high temp of 50 on Saturday under mostly sunny skies. Enjoy your Saturday while you can. Shower chances return at 60 to 70% coverage as that warm front, as I mentioned, lifts back over our area, back in the mid-50s for high Sunday, mid-60s for Monday after a morning low of 50. Then that cold front will make its way through the area by Tuesday, 51. The afternoon high, morning low 39, partly sunny skies. That's a good look at the first look weather update. Weather report on meteorologist Clarence Ponser. Now I send it back to you, Jesse.
Thanks very much, Clarence. Okay, back to the news. Well, the Veterans and Community Housing Coalition have announced new drop-off locations for anyone who wants to donate. And Saratoga County Clerk's Office is the new location. And we spoke to Craig Hayner. He's County Clerk.
Carol Hoteling, who's the yellow ribbon lady. I don't know if you're familiar with her. She asked if we would consider doing some fundraising for Vet Help. And so we were glad to join in on that. I had met with Cheryl and, was very inspired by everything that she does and for the homeless veterans and people with disabilities and things. And so all those things were a reason why we thought it would be a great idea to help out in this cause.
And that beautiful person with Craig was none other than Cheryl Hage Perez. Okay, in other news, here's a great story. The students from Dorothy Nolan Elementary School are really making a difference. The third grade students, with the help of their parents, have collected donations of essential items to be shipped to St. Thomas and Virgin Islands for hurricane relief. Now, the students collected boxes of stuff such as tarps, canned food, mosquito repellents, and more. Well, we spoke to one of the organizers of the efforts and a teacher at the school, Jeannie Fontaine.
They're realizing that any gesture, no matter how big or how small, really does make a difference. And they were like, oh, if I just read a couple extra books a night, I can earn $1, go to the dollar store and pick up a toothbrush. I mean, these people lost everything, and I think for the students to realize that and to take for granted some everyday items that they need was really helpful for them.
What a terrific story that is, really. Okay, up next, I sit down with Mayor Joanne Yepsen of Saratoga about that Freedom of Information request. And I also sit down with Chuck Lamb. He's a jazz pianist and a composer, and we're joined by Rhea Curley. She's a singer and a songwriter, and they're here to talk about this amazing jazz series at Cafe Lena. This is part 2 of my interview with them. But first, if you see news happening, you want to share a story idea, how about join us for an interview? Then give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Look Today. Thank you for bearing with me while I had to do it the old-fashioned way with a script. A couple of lookouts. A reminder that tonight is the event for Saratoga Plan at that stunning barn on Route 50 just south of Ballston Spa, featuring the Gibson Brothers, some kick, you-know-what, bluegrass musicians. And one other lookout has to go to the students at Dorothy Nolan School. You teach that kind of community outreach for kids in the 3rd grade, stays with them for the rest of their life. Okay, tonight on Look TV, it's sold. That's our call-in auction program. Great estate jewelry and coins. Not too early to get a perfect gift for the holidays. And have a safe evening, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow for the stories that matter to you. Good night, everyone.